Everything in your PC either plugs into your motherboard or connects to something that plugs into your motherboard. The motherboard's form factor, ATX, eATX, Micro ATX, or Mini ITX, also dictates the size of the PC case you'll need to use, and the socket and chipset determine which processors you can install in your CPU socket. If you're unsure which motherboard chipset you're after, or you have other questions that aren't addressed here, you can visit our Motherboard Basics page and our motherboard buying guide to narrow down your options. To help you find the right model, we've listed the top 5 floor-standing speakers and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you. And as always, you can check pricing for any of these products in the description below. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get started. Number 5. Gigabyte Z790 Aorus Xtreme. All the flagship class Z790 motherboards offer the best of the best in terms of features and specifications, but the Gigabyte Z790 Aorus Xtreme presents the best value among them. You'll lose a couple M2 sockets over more expensive boards, but this bird otherwise has everything else you could ask for and more, while costing between $200 and $400 less than the competition. The Z790 Aorus Xtreme delivers 10 GB Ethernet, 40 GIPS Thunderbolt 4 ports, flagship-class audio, PCI 5.0 GPU and M2 support, overkill power delivery, and that high-end appearance you expect from a high-end board. MSI's Z790 Godlike offers up a few more features, like 7 2 sockets, but costs $400 more, and it's also physically bigger, making it hard to recommend to most people unless money is no object. The Z790 Aorus Xtreme also performed well in our gaming, productivity, and overclocking tests, as you would expect from a flagship board. Just remember that this is an eATX model, so you'll need a case with a bit more room than standard ATX options. But you could certainly buy a bigger case with the money you'll save by opting for this board over other Z790 flagship options. Number 4. Aorus Z790 Taichi Lite. In a market where the cost of motherboards has steeply increased over the last few years, it's nice to see at least one partner offer something a bit less expensive than the flagship, but that still speaks to the gills. Priced at $379.99, the Aorus Z790 Taichi Lite gets you everything the more expensive Taichi offers, including the incredibly robust power delivery, dual Thunderbolt 4 ports, loads of storage options, including a PCI 5.0 M2 socket and 8 SATA ports, premium audio, and more. What's missing is the high-end appearance. The typical Taichi 3D cogs and fine finishes on the heatsinks and shrouds give way to simpler heatsinks, a more exposed PCB, and stencil designs. But this board is still recognizable as a Taichi. As far as the competition in the sub-$400 space, there's plenty out there. But put simply, none of the other boards available around that price come close hardware-wise. The biggest drawback of this board is the appearance, and even then it's not bad. It just doesn't have the premium vibe of the original Taichi. If you want some of the best hardware, the Z790 platform offers at a more reasonable price, and your build doesn't require flagship-class looks, the Taichi Lite has taken the weight off in all the right places. Number 3. Aorus Z790 Steel Legend. The Z790 Steel Legend is a great option for budget-minded users who want all of the flexibility of Intel's overclockable platform, but don't want to spend a ton of money to get there. Along with its neutral black-on-silver appearance and bright RGB lighting, you get all the platform offers, including a PCI 5.0 slot and a 2-socket, 5 total on the latter, 8 SATA ports, front panel 20 GIPS, USB Type-C, integrated Wi-Fi 6E, a basic audio codec, the NDP port for an additional monitor and power delivery, capable of handling our flagship-class processor at stock or while overclocked. Around its $230 price point, Aorus Steel Legend is one of the most feature-packed Intel Z790 options on the market. The only real trade-off here is the basic audio codec, which will still be fine for a lot of users. If not, you can always opt for one of the best PC speakers that feature a built-in DAC. Number 2. Aorus Z790 Nova Wi-Fi. Unlike most refreshed boards for Intel's 14th Gen core, the Aorus ROG Z790 Nova Wi-Fi is a completely new SKU that delivers the best of what Intel's platform has to offer. And it does so at a quite reasonable price. For between $290 and $330, Aorus ROG gets you the basics from the refresh, native 14th Gen support, and integrated Wi-Fi 7. And it's great for users who plan to use a lot of M2 storage. The black base design with the purple and blue accents fits most design themes, while the integrated RGBs shine bright to show off the board and the inside of your chassis. Performance was good across our benchmarking suite, so you can get the most out of any compatible processor, so long as you have the cooling to support it. NSI, Gigabyte, and Asus each have similarly equipped motherboards with their own merits for buying. Gigabyte offers the fastest RAM support, but lacks a PCI 5.0 capable M2 socket. MSI's Tomahawk is a well-rounded offering but isn't quite the looker the Nova is. The Asus stands out with 5 M2 sockets of its own, but with a current price, well over $350, it doesn't offer anything over the others, which leaves our Z790 Nova as one of the best mid-range options available for Intel's 14th Gen core processors. Number 1. Aorus ROG B760M Steel Legend Wi-Fi. If you're in the market for an inexpensive micro ATX size motherboard and won't overclock your processor, the B760 chipset and the B760M Steel Legend board specifically is where it's at. It's better equipped with 3 M2 sockets at around $160 and arguably as good-looking as most of its peers. If you like bling, the bright and colorful RGBs will light up any chassis. And the 8BP port is there for those who'd like to add Aorus ROG's 13.3-inch side panel kit to spice things up in their case. And while the power delivery isn't impressive on paper, it handled our Intel i9 13900K even with the power limits raised. Performance out of the box matches other boards that follow Intel specifications. Red, slower than unlocked boards in multi-threaded and long-running benchmarks, but it is a solid gamer. Once you unlock it, you're limited only by the CPU cooling. As far as the competition goes, the Asus Prime B760MAX $168.99 is the most expensive option, but it offers nothing in terms of features over our Steel Legend. Gigabyte's B760M Aorus Elite X $159.99 lacks in M2 storage count, 2 compared to 3, but makes up for it with a more premium appearance.